Felix Krückels, thanks for joining us today at the Next Generation Audio Summit. You are giving the keynote presentation at this year's event. Can you tell us a little bit about the key points that you'll be wanting to convey about how you see next generation audio developing for sports over the next few years?
Yes, I think the main challenges for us in audio production, live audio production for sports, is that we have to deal with a lot more new feeds at the same time. Thinking about Atmos, where you have various presentations, we have to monitor them. We have to produce them in parallel, which means we have to run as sound supervisors through all these different presentations, which is one of the key challenges we have today. Delivery might be much easier in the future because everything is rendered at the consumer side. But for us in production, to make sure that everybody, whether it's a mono speaker, a headphone, surround speaker set, or even a 9.1 speaker set, to have a proper sound at home with all the personalization they have available in their set-top boxes is one of the key points we are facing right now.
You've been involved in mixing immersive audio productions for many of the world's largest sports events.
Yep.
How much of a step change have you found it yourself to be routinely delivering immersive audio mixes?
Yeah, that was actually the next step from 5.1 to, let's say, 9.1 to immersive sound was not that complicated. We are still using the same philosophy to mix in the end the immersive sound. But the different feeds, as I explained before, was the most challenging part for us in the control room to have a workflow which works even live to run through all these different feeds and to keep track on that the presentations work perfect for everybody, as well as the normal 5.1 and stereo downlinks.
Obviously, we've seen immersive audio being applied to a wide range of sports.
Right.
What do you think is the outlook for the use of NGA for music and live entertainment content?
Good question. There's a lot of trials already with music production. If you're looking ahead to the next Tourmeistertagung, which is in 3 weeks from now in Germany, there's a lot of presentations going on with music in 3D, which also gives you the same natural sound which we can observe in sports production. I think in entertainment it also makes perfect sense, especially in live entertainment shows like music live entertainment shows, to have immersive sound. Frankly speaking, I never tried it out myself, but I did a lot of entertainment shows in 5.1, and the change from stereo to 5.1 was already dramatic, was already a huge step. Therefore, I expect that the entertainment shows pick it up quickly too.
As you've sort of implied, one of the real challenges now is going to be delivering all of these formats simultaneously for different requirements. Is it going to require fundamental change to our workflows, or just a case of having to work ever smarter?
Yes, I think we have to imply smarter tools to produce that many feeds, which means we have to keep our fingers more and more off the mixing console and use automated systems to run all these different feeds. I cannot supervise 5 feeds in parallel while still chasing the close ball, for example, in football, or mixing the punches in boxing. So I have to rely on automated tools, which ultimately give us even better quality to mix all these different presentations, and focus more and more on integrated system where I can monitor the presentations, for example, between the Dolby Atmos tools and the mixing console.
Finally, you've recently moved across to the world of academia after 15 years at Larvo. Can you tell me a little bit about your new role?
Yes, I'm now professor for broadcast production and system design in Dieburg, which is close to Frankfurt, Darmstadt. My role is now to educate the new generation for broadcast audio people in terms of mixing, really doing live productions in a control room like an OB-Van, or more and more a studio with remote, as well as to prepare them on all these new challenges, whether they are engineers in the background preparing these automated systems, or whether they are people designing new tools for the industry.
And is it your impression that the next generation of people coming into the industry, are there enough talented people coming in? Do there need to be more done to encourage people from wider backgrounds to move into the industry?
In terms of creative people, there is a lot of talented people coming to the university. In terms of the new challenges we are facing with IP, networking, cloud computing, and all this stuff, right now they're not focusing on this, but I'm 100% convinced that these tools will be the solutions for the requirements we are facing right now. This could be enhanced. We try to implement this as well in Dieburg to give them both the creativity as well as the tools to work with new technologies in our broadcast domain. traditionally in audio we are quite conservative. In this respect, they are very creative. They are not scared at all to use new tools like even virtual reality mixing consoles to produce usually not a live content, but to use some post-production shows.
Felix, thanks very much for joining us today.
Thank you very much.